Good day, Stan. Yeah, well, I'm doing these videos because my heart is with helping other people finding solutions to their lives. I struggled with my life for a long time. This is how I started. I was raised up by a single mom. She was a domestic worker, and it was in Zim. And from that point, looking at other people that had so much, like we never used to have a house of our own, and my mother used to rent a room, and we were lucky if the landlord would allow us to sleep in the kitchen because my mother only paid for one bedroom, so most of the time we'd sleep in the kitchen. And in the kitchen you would wait for everyone to finish using the kitchen, and then you'd be the last ones to sleep. And in the morning when people are going to work, you're the first one to wake up because everyone would use the kitchen. The way the things were done that time, to go to the toilet to go and bath, so you'd hear all the noise and you'd wake up. So from that point, to be able to think, I can be able to create something out of my life, it was just impossible because it looked like it's going to be like a cycle, like I'll have my own kids, have a room, and people who had money, it was easy for them to have more money. But as I grew up. I started reading and I wanted to understand my path, and I wanted to understand how my mind works and everything else. And I took time to learn about the mind, that the mind is a very powerful tool, and we are not taught how to use it. We're not taught how to create our lives with our minds. I remember before I got the contract with Fish and Chips, I was at a very low point, and I said to myself, I'd wish to have a client who's got sites that can give me jobs every time. I can do work for them at one time. So I don't know. After some time, I don't remember from that thought and to the time that I got a contract with Fish and Chips. I don't remember, but it happened because the day that I said it with passion and I said it with feelings. So I realized then that if you want something to happen in your life, I'm not saying things will just happen because you want them to happen or because you say them with feeling. It's because I never stopped. I continued looking for opportunities that will give me that opportunity to realize that dream. So I don't know what's in your heart. I don't know what you want to do, but you know what you want to do, and you know what's holding you back, and you know what excuses you have, and at times we get stuck when we think, you start, you're earning 10,000, you're earning 20, you're earning 30, you're earning 40, you're earning 50, and probably you think that's the only money you can earn, 50,000 or 40,000. That's what you're only capable of earning. I mean, I spent so much time on the internet. It's just mind blowing that some people are earning 100,000 US dollars a day. Some people earn more, and why can't you earn more? We are in the same universe where the money is. We are in the same universe where the possibilities are available to everyone. So we limit ourselves with the way we think. We put ourselves in a place where we think we can do more, or more was meant for other people. And I'd like to encourage you to read, to find information. The most important place where you can start if you want to improve life is about learning how the mind works, learning about your mind, learning about the creative energy that is in your mind, and also the how the world operates. So this is what I know. That is what I've learned, is that success goes to those that deserve it. And the deserving part is probably you won't understand where the deserve stands for. And I didn't understand it. The deserving is when you plant a seed in the ground, and when the harvest time comes, and when you harvest, because you planted some seed, you then deserve a harvest. So because you planted a seed, you deserve a harvest. That's where the deserving part comes from. So people said, they say, I don't deserve this, I don't deserve this. Why are other people rich? Because I was watching this documentary about German, and people are complaining that only a few people are rich, and most people don't do much as the rich people do. And even now here in South Africa, there's people that are rich, and some people are not rich, and we tend to, not like the rich people, and we blame all our problems to the, to the rich people. We blame on the rich people for all our problems. They're taking everything, and I don't think it's the idea of the rich taking everything. There's enough for everyone in the world. So if you want abundance in your life, a place to start is to understand that there's so much abundance in the world. Like I said, if you plant a seed, you're guaranteed of a harvest. If you plant your seed in the good soil, you're guaranteed of a harvest. So seeds that you need to plant in your life, continue idea of learning things that enlarge your thinking and enlarge the way you see the world. So I didn't go to school much. I an average person when I started, but I had a desire to learn things that I didn't learn in school. And also, school is not the guarantee that you're going to be successful in life. And at times we think people are successful because they are doctors, and probably we think people are successful because they are lawyers, and probably they don't like the schedule that they are all in. And I know people who spend less hours and they do the right things and they earn a lot of money and they have so much freedom. And I know people that are traveling the world, working on the internet. And I know people that are making money, writing books and writing courses that they're doing well. We are stuck on the idea that you have to go to school, you have to have a profession to be able to do something. And I'm saying you need to just learn about things, learn about your life, learn what excites you, and do what is in line with what excites you. And I'm not saying everything is going to be roses and everything is going to be okay. You have to do some things that you don't like to be able to get to the things that you like. And I remember at one point of my life, I sat for countless hours, maybe 18 to 20 hours on a stool, working on my computer, until one day when I was working, it didn't seem like I was getting anywhere, until one day the heavens opened up for me, and everything changed. But it took a lot of working, and when you're working, you can't quantify, you can't see where you're going, until one time everything tips to your favor. So at times we want to see the results, and at times the results are not available at that point. And also, when I started my business in 2000, when I came down to South Africa, until 2008, I couldn't see any tangible results. Until 2008, that's when I realized, and the heavens opened. But I had 8 years of grinding, 8 years of knowing the industries, 8 years of knowing the products, 8 years of learning the land and knowing everywhere. So I now know South Africa as if I was born here. Probably I know South Africa more than the people that are natives that are from here because of that. So in the quest of you trying to run your own company, find relevant information, go to relevant seminars and learn, find people that are in the same business and learn from them, and ask questions if you need to, and always want to be the best and always want to give value to people. This is the one thing that I discovered, that we want to do business and we don't know the word value. Value means you're going to give the customer more than what they've paid for. That's value, and it's easier for those people to be able to help you get to where you want by referring you to other people. And then when you continually serve people like that, one person to the next person, and you give them value, more value than they expect, then your business will grow, then your life will change. And let's say you work for a company, we always want to do for things that we are paid for. We always want to say, I'm not paid for that, they pay me to do this, they pay me to do this. And we always want to do things that we are paid for. At 5 o'clock, we want to pack our bags and go. We want to be there at 8. So if you want to do more to succeed and to have more in your life. You need to do more than what you are paid for. So if you're working for a company and they give you something to do and you've done what you've done, I think this is my thinking, that you can go back to the boss and say, I've done what I've done, what you asked me to do. Here's your report. I don't know if it's okay. Can you check it? Your superior will check it. If they're good people, they will check it. And then you say, is there anything I can do for you? To always ask to do more. But because we want to be on social media, we want to do other things that has nothing to do with work, we always want content with just doing the normal. So you stay normal. But if you want to do more, yes, it will look like you're doing more, and it shows that it will show that you're doing more, but you're not getting paid at that moment. But one point, you get them used to you doing more, and then when you go to them and say, I want to leave to another company, or are you looking for a raise, then they know they've seen you, they've given value. You've given value, then they can depend on you. That's just what you want to establish. If you want to do more, give people more, give people value, do more than you're asked to do. So I think if I was working for someone else, and lucky enough I don't, and as I work for myself, I work as if I work for someone else. When time to work comes, I work. When times to play comes, I play a little, but most of my time is allocated to work. Like I wake up at about 4, and 4 I start working, and then at about 6 I go and take a jog or walk until about 7, and then I come back and I start working until about 9:30, and I leave to the office, and then I come back. When I come back, I take a bath and I start working again until about 10-11, and I go to bed. So that's how my day goes. I'm always working on some little projects, and those projects it doesn't seem like they work or they're giving me something in that point. But one day I just hear, like I do websites, I think of an idea during the day. Maybe it's a simple idea. I just come and I design a website for it, and I leave it. And then probably 3 months or 6 months down the line, I get a call from that website, and someone places an order for probably 50, 60, or 100,000 or 200,000. Suddenly I'm paid from that. Even if I get one order from that site, I'm happy. And even if I don't get an order, I'm happy, because one site that probably works, where I get a call, it pays me for all the time that I've spent doing other things on other websites. So I never stop. I'm always looking for an opportunity to do more, so that my life can expand, so I can become more. So that's what I'm looking at all the time. Like I had, when I have a problem, I don't say, where will I get the money? I'll say, how can I expand? How can I be bigger than my problems? How can I become more? I think that will be the solution to your life, to say, yes, things are going up. Yes, petrol is going up. Yes, electricity is going up. The food cost of living is going up. How can you become more than that? How can you not contract? Because every time we want to contract, we want to conserve, we want to retreat. But instead of you trying to go backwards, instead of you trying to retreat, and instead of you trying to cut down in your life, probably is the time you need to move forward and say, how can I do more? How can I do high-paying things? And look at your life. In times we're working hard, and probably we're working hard on the wrong things that are not bringing returns in our lives, and then probably say, how can I evaluate what I've been doing? Is there anything that I can change, so that I can get different results? Because at times we get stuck in one place, thinking we're doing the right thing, or thinking we're doing the important things when we're not doing important things. It's easy to get lost in doing the small things and not moving the needle up. So you need to always see, if I moved the needle today, have I done important things today that can move my life forward? It's important every time. So I think this lockdown, most people did not anticipate, because they don't spend so much time with their thoughts, with themselves, the way other people do, the way I do. I spend so much time thinking about my life, thinking about the impact that I want to make to the world, to the world, what I want to do for other people. That's what I spend so much time doing. And also, what can I learn that can change my life, that can impact others? So this lockdown has given people so much time to think. And if one thing can come out of this, it's probably to reevaluate your life to see, are you happy? Are you doing the right thing? Are you on course? Is there anything you can change, or is there anything you can do? Is there anything you can learn to move your life to the next level? Because moving your life to the next level, it's probably about learning a new small thing. And learning is not like before, where you need to go to class, where you need to enroll in a college. There's YouTube, there's so much information, tons and tons of information that can change you, from the podcasts, from the videos that people are talking about, really important stuff that can change your life. That's my source of learning. That's where I spend so much time learning. And even this idea of this video, I'm not doing it now so I can get results today. I didn't wait for me to get this special cameras to get into a studio. I said I'll start where I am. Probably we improve them with time, but the idea is for me to just put something out there every day. I don't know, so the more we put there, probably the more things will work for us. But I have hope that things will turn out the way I want them to turn out. I'll have subscribes that I want to be on my channel, but the idea for me is to put out the content. That's what I'm more passionate about today, to put out content that will help people. So in closing, I want you to start from saying this, that I say to myself: what's my why? What makes me wake up? What's important for me? And what have I to do today? Am I clear with my vision? And today, so to be successful, you need to have clarity. You need to seek clarity all the time. Where am I going? What am I doing? Clarity is very important. High achievers are always looking for clarity. They're always looking for direction. They're always looking for the why. Why are they doing something? Why is it important that they should do it? So if you start evaluating your tasks and your life and your goals, and also probably reassess your goals that you've set some years ago, are they still relevant now? And then if you get that, you'll be okay. Always seek clarity in anything that you do. To where is this taking you today? To where is this taking you? Seek clarity. So make sure you are aware where you're going. You're aware with the direction where your life is going. If you're not, you can change course. Every time you can change. It's not too late to change course. It's not too late to start something new. It's not too late to start afresh. It's not too late to just let go of the things that are not important and start afresh again. And starting is not as hard. You can start where you are with what you have, with what you can do. And as you go, the path begins, the staircase begins to open, and you find your way doing things. Every morning ritual, ask yourself, what are my goals? My goals. Go through your goals every morning, and when you go to bed, go through your goals. When you wake up, do the same. Go through your goals, and have time to just see what things you can do that day to get to your goals. If you are in sales, start 100 call challenge, or on your to-do list. Do 100 calls. It doesn't matter whether you getting results that day, but if you call, let's say 50, start with 50 calls. Call 50 people, talk to them about your program, or write 50 emails, 100 emails, and send them, and wait and see what you, so do something. That's the important thing. Wake up and do something every day that moves the needle. It might not move the needle that day, or in that month, in that year, but eventually the needle will move. When it moves, the heavens will open for you, and everything will come down, flooding you, if it's what you're looking for. But have the courage. Have the tenacity to stay on course, and to look at your goals, to look at your life, to look at the activities that you're doing, to evaluate your goals, and always write things down and learn. If you don't know about something, learn about it. The information is available on the internet for free. You can ask people. We didn't have mentors before, and mentors are all over on the internet. I learn a lot from people like Bob Proctor. I learn from Brian Tracy. I learn from so many teachers, like on different things. I learn from speakers. I learn from preachers. I learn from people that specializes in other areas of our lives, spirituality, whether it's sports, whether it's a goal, whatever they've done. I'm always looking to find how they've done it. So I'm always looking and learning from people who are successful. And all of them, they've worked hard, they've put in the time, they put so much of their life into their craft for them to be able to win. So if you want to win, be prepared to soar, be prepared to do more. Yeah, we're still in this lockdown, and I'm still looking scruffy with the beard not shaving, but we need to do what needs to be done. Please leave me a like on this video on YouTube or on Instagram if you see it. Give me your feedback. Thank you so much. Bye.